was a 61-year-old man, and he possibly broke his femur.
Ouch.
Are we on? We're live. Hey, guys, welcome back to the SourceFed podcast. I'm Steve Zaragoza. I'm going to be your dang host this time. I don't got a stupid pun for a host name like some people. Sam Basher. Guys, this episode has the very special guest, Ricky Mizuno. How do you say your last name, buddy?
Mizuno.
Mizuno. I have it written down wrong on my paper.
It's not Italian.
Ricky, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, man.
Is this your first time on the SourceFed podcast?
No, I did half of another one once.
You did?
Just half of
Why?
one.
You left?
He had a thing.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to SourceFed. I'm going to get right on that. We also have Sam Basher
Hey.
here, and we also have Miss Lovely Brianna.
Aw.
Brianna, for those of you that are in her family or know her well.
You can call me naughty and nice.
I also want to say that this episode of the SourceFed podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. They are today's sponsor of the episode, and it makes it easy to build a website that's Squarespace with their intuitive and easy-to-use tools. You can create a site that looks professionally designed regardless of your skill level. There's no coding required. I know you guys may know some of those eggheads in the IT department of your work or place that may have talked about making websites and how hard it is to code such a thing. Guess what? With Squarespace, you don't have to worry about any of those ones and zeros. And Squarespace starts at $8 a month, and you'll receive a free domain when you sign up for a year of service, which means your first website, pizzadaddies.com or whatever it is going to be free if you sign up for $8 a month. So you can start your free trial today at squarespace.com/sourcefed. You can use that dang offer code SourceFed at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase, guys. And I'll tell you what, Squarespace, thanks again. All right? And they've got a new slogan. It's Squarespace, you should.
I like it.
Steve, has
You
anyone ever
should.
told you
It's
you
really
should be a
good.
host?
No. Not a one damn person on the internet.
Okay.
I'm going to get my phone off the table because that looks unprofessional, but I'm going to keep my La Croix.
Because that is. It's the height of professional. Ooh, with that pinky up.
Well, you got to get fancy sometimes with it.
If it's LaCroix. If it ain't
Guys,
English.
since I'm the host of this episode, I want to start off the topic.
I think it's really gross that you grabbed my wrist when you said that.
Why? First I touched Ricky's
He
hand.
did. Freaked me out a little.
Okay.
You didn't touch my hand.
Well, you have to touch
I'll
Sam.
touch your hand later.
You gotta make it even.
Let me brush it. This is real entertaining for those listening to this in the car. I want to ask each and every one of you, and we'll do it individually. And Sam, I want to start with you first, since
Yeah.
you're right in front of me,
Hi.
and I have no peripheral vision. I was born without it.
How did you get a driver's license?
Who's talking?
Bree was just then in that
Was
moment. She was. In that very moment, she was.
Okay.
God
Yeah.
bless you, Ricky.
You know.
Okay, so I want to ask everybody, we'll start with Sam, we'll go to Ricky, and finish off with the beautiful Brie Esrig. But first, I want to ask you guys, what is the cheapest, quickest, food you like to make at home?
Ooh, I got one.
Like, you got your fridge, you got your grab bag
real
of
bad.
shit in your fridge.
Does it have to be healthy? Or just is it
No,
shit that I
let's
make
take-
really
let's
fast?
take
Probably
healthy
isn't.
out of the
If it's
equation.
cheap and delicious, is that what you said?
Let's take healthy out of the equation,
Okay.
and we'll just go straight up, just whatever's in your fridge. What's your favorite thing to make?
It's a delicious snack. I wouldn't say it's healthy, but I pretend that it is because it's got fruit in it. Take
Let's
a
talk about
banana, and then you take Nutella. And then you take a spoon, you open the banana, you peel it open. Imagine me peeling it. Whip,
You
whip,
throw
whip.
the banana out and you keep the peel, and you put the Nutella in the peel, right? I've heard this.
Yeah,
one.
and then you freeze it, and then you get it. But no, you smear some
Yum.
on there, and then you eat bite, and then you reapply the Nutella, bite, reapply the Nutella, bite. It's
So
really good.
this is a recent creation of yours, then.
No,
I'm talking
I've
about,
been brainstorming it for the past 3 years, but I think I nailed it down
You've been
early
workshopping
January.
it?
Yeah.
If you've been workshopping it, did you try freezing the banana first and then dipping it in the
There it is.
Nutella?
There it
Because
is.
that, I feel like, would be
That's
the ultimate.
next
I
level.
haven't
I
tried.
mean, if you're open for suggestion, I think that's a great.
No, yeah, of course.
What
Thank
was
you.
the first ingredient? Banana Nutella. Did I miss
Banana
Nutella?
Nutella.
Oh,
No, those are
banana.
the two. It's cheap,
Have you
simple,
ever had
easy.
a crepe like that? Have you ever had a banana Nutella crepe?
That's how I found out I was allergic
Crepe?
to bananas.
I went to Paris
Ooh,
once.
that's unfortunate.
I went to Paris once, and I because we like saved up for it in high school, and I went, and they had crepe stands. I didn't know what a crepe. I'd never heard of a crepe, so we went up and we got it, and they're like Nutella. Also didn't know what Nutella was, and they're like it's kind of like chocolate but better. And I was
Oh,
like,
they just opened your eyes.
all right.
Wow, so you just
hadn't
jumped
had
right
both.
in.
no, they have them stands all over Paris,
Yeah.
so I'd have like 4 a day.
It's like the ultimate Parisian street food. They're
it's
everywhere
so
there.
You know
freaking
what,
good.
man? I
great.
think crepes don't get enough love.
They don't.
I
They're real
agree.
good.
I think crepes are delicious.
We're like a pancake society.
Well, the thing is it's a thin pancake.
It's a thin pancake, but the thing is, it's thin to burrito taco style.
Right,
We don't.
and
That's lost on us here. We're,
it
we're
is
a waffle
lost on us
pancake
here.
people.
Well, and also I feel like the crepe skin, if you will, is a little too thin. And if you're trying to if you're trying to you're trying to make a burrito or something,
Say it.
that crispy bacon's gonna pierce right through or something. You know what I mean? So I just need a.
I can't stop picturing a man with a face made out of crepe skin.
Whoa, I didn't go that well. Now I
Talking
can.
about old man crepe.
Old man crepe,
Old
yeah.
man crepe.
Go for it.
Thank you.
No, it was so good though.
So is this something that you when did you first start making this? Let's talk
It
about
was. I think it was late night, and I needed a snack real bad. I saw Nutella, and I knew that I love Nutella.
Do you take the banana peel off?
No, you kind of use it as a handle to work your way down. And
You
take
ever
it to
jacked
the
off with
bottom.
a banana peel,
I've
Steve?
heard that there's a way to do that, and I've never had the guts to give it a shot.
Got to warm it up for like 10 seconds.
I
in the
just
microwave.
feel like
I don't know if girls can do that. I don't know
Oh,
if this
Here's a
applies
quick
to
thing.
females.
I've,
though.
I wouldn't
I've
try
heard
it.
of
Well, you can put a
somebody.
condom
I've heard
on
of a woman masturbating with a banana, but we don't need to talk
No, I
about
said
that on
banana
here.
peel
Oh, fair
for
enough.
a dude, but banana
Yeah,
for
because
a
I've
girl,
heard
probably.
basically what you do is use the banana peel as like a sleeve.
Yes.
It's
It's like a
You keep that-
fake vajay.
Yeah,
You
you keep
know.
that pulp in there. But I'm worried about toxic shock syndrome.
Toxic
That's
shock.
for women.
No.
What?
It happens from tampons.
Because
can
because
absolutely-
a woman,
because it's
stuff gets in and there's infections.
But this is the
like,
thing,
Like
the man's-
yeast. We're just external, baby.
Well,
We're just get
it's
in there.
true, but
get
this
her
is
done.
something that isn't very well known.
Just wipe it off.
The urethra,
Yeah, moist
the,
towelette.
the man's urethra it has an absolutely complicated
A
flora.
little piece of scotch tape on
Oh,
it.
It's an
Little piece of scotch tape.
it's an ecosystem. There's an ecosystem inside the urethra.
Inside my urethra?
Yes.
Can we get an animation of this, please?
Let's go ahead and cut
Yeah,
to a clip.
to a clip.
cut to an audio clip really quick of an animation.
Let's hear the inside of your urethra really quick. Everyone be quiet.
So is that your favorite snack?
That's what the
Ew.
It makes a little hum.
It felt like radio silence in a submarine or something.
What does the
going
inside
down.
of a
Dive,
vag
dive.
sound
This is
like?
what the inside of a vagina sounds like. You guys ready? Here we go.
No, you're wrong. Listen a little closer. It sounds more like yes.
That sounds like a
little more
child
exciting.
crying out for that. I don't want my vagina sounding like that. So what do you call this creation?
Ooh,
You got to come up with a name for it.
We're still brainstorming that, but my original idea was yummers.
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 I love it.
Yummers.
There's an apostrophe.
So before you started making
Yummers.
yummers, what did you do before that? Anything else you used to?
I
throw
traveled
for-
around Europe for a little
No,
bit.
no, no,
and
no.
then-
We're not
oh.
talking about your life. We're talking about food. Remember that?
Oh.
We'll come back to you, Ricky. Is
So
there something
mine's-
you used to make a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it was in like my poor boy days when I was
Those
not.
are good days. Those are fun days.
It was a fun
You get
days.
creative.
There's more creative.
The
There's more
805?
ingenuity. This was a little post 805.
Where
this
were you
was
at?
this was
310?
no, I was
not an area
I don't 310 is an area
It
code.
is an area
No, it's
code.
not.
310?
No, no, no.
All right.
Don't
well,
look it
we
up.
just don't exist. It was like it was after graduation, but before like my career kind of started doing things. So I was, it was a lot of still kind of in the ramen domain. So this is my thing.
What
and
part of
it's-
the world are you in at this point, right?
Does it matter? Does it matter? Do I have to give away my exact fucking
No,
coordinates?
no.
Do you need longitude and
Well,
latitude?
let me ask
what
you
is
this.
What does it matter?
Was it in California?
Yes.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
It was in California, the only place I've ever lived.
Okay.
You threw me off. All right, so I call it egg noodle slop, and it's really not all that great.
Slump is an interesting
Slop?
word
Yeah,
for
the
food.
slump
Oh,
Is it
Slop.
slop or slum?
Slop. It's like, oh, give me that slop. Put it in the troll. Oh, yeah, give me them grits.
Yeah.
Grits, by the way, great. From the
Grits, yeah,
South.
they
Just
are,
came
yeah.
back from South Carolina. Shrimp and grits. Thank you, Zach. Shout out.
Shrimp
now,
and grits.
yeah.
Because grits is basically like oatmeal, isn't it?
Yeah. See, I always had it as like a breakfast food. But grits aren't very big out here in California. It's more of a southern thing. Unless you're ethnic, like myself.
There is an ethnic section in the grocery
There
store.
is.
I've
There,
seen it.
there is. They got
Yeah.
Asian food and Mexican
Yeah.
food. It's,
They do.
Yeah,
The
no white,
hot
no
sauce.
white bread in that aisle.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
So-
no pickles there.
Not so much. So what I do,
It's
you
okay, my
take.
family has a section too.
They do.
The kosher.
It's true. It's true.
true.
It's usually next door to the
Ethnic.
My section, my culture's section of the grocery store has cleaning supplies and
I painted the picture.
I think Ricky's noise made it all very clear.
was that a? Oh yeah.
It was a little,
Yeah.
a little jab.
What race is
Continue.
that?
What race
that
is
you're
that? Do you
doing
think? No, I'm looking at it.
Which one is it?
Go ahead and
looking
comment on
at it.
iTunes
All
and
right.
let
That's
us
our
know.
hometown. That's
Let us know.
my influence.
Yeah,
So what is this slop?
Tell us about this egg
So
noodle slop.
basically, not the cup of noodles, but the little brick one. So you take okay, it's very specific. You take 2 of those, you break them in half, and you boil them and you cook them like normal, and then once it's like ready or cooked, you dump all the water out and you dump like a little bit of milk in it.
You
and
got me.
And then you put in like eggs. Then you crack like 3 or 4 eggs in it, and you whip it out. Just a little bit of water because you want it creamy. And you whip the eggs up so it makes like a creamy thing. And then if you want that crunch, you just put some cashews in there for
Whoa!
that crunch,
Now you're
for that
getting
contrast.
fancy.
That is like the ultimate bum homeless
You got
person
really
meal.
creative.
This
I
sounds
did.
like
That's not
It
like
is.
basic though. That's got some levels to it.
It
It's nice.
it is pretty much like the amount of salt you should eat for an entire week, pretty much.
Yeah,
There's
a lot of sodium.
of
You ate
Wait,
sodium.
2
wait.
bricks of ramen. That's
Well,
a
and you
lot
put-
of salt.
I
Are
don't
you
put it-
using the powder?
I use 1.5 packets of
Oh,
the powder
shit.
because the eggs, you don't need. That's too much, but you
Well,
still need some. And
for
then,
those of
then
you
I
that are
usually put some hot
watching-
sauce.
If you're watching your cholesterol, you're gonna just do half of that packet.
I don't. This
Or
is
not
like
at all.
a young person. You don't get constipated. Health issues aren't a concern. You're just going for it. It's whatever's in your fridge. That's the caliber meal.
Well, someone
that
get
this
Wolfgang
is.
Puck on the phone because I think this sounds like a good meal.
So that's
ready.
That's egg noodle slop.
I'm in.
I
actually wanna
invented it.
try
I think I
Try
invented it.
That's pretty good.
would-
Ricky,
Try
will
it.
you bring? I think we should have
Costs
a.
$1, $1.
This is what we should do at the office.
Oh.
And I want to. Maybe we should wait till after Bree says it, but I don't want to forget. My memory is real bad, boys and girl. But I was thinking maybe at the office we should have a day where we all bring in our favorite cheap homemade
food.
dishes.
Like a
That's good.
very cheap homeless
yeah,
potluck.
yeah, it should
Yeah.
be
You're gonna
like
love mine
Yeah,
then.
that's fun. That's a fun
yeah.
theme.
Why
We can
not?
reflect how far we've come. Like, oh, we don't have to eat this shit for real
Yeah.
anymore.
And Lord knows we need a little synergy in this office. You know what I mean? We need to get a little bit of team building
Boy,
going
nothing
on
gets me
here.
going like those corporate terminologies.
Love
Man, I'll tell
it.
you.
Love it.
I am like half mass
Integration.
right now.
Put the hashtag in front of it, will you? Don't be lazy. All right, Bree, what's your favorite meal you used to make at home?
Well, I'll tell you my favorite boarding school meal, and this is in high school. And we were allowed to have fridges, but we weren't allowed to have any like sort of cooking apparatus. So, yeah, it had to be
Limited the options a little
strictly
bit.
in the common room. You were allowed to use those appliances, but in your bedroom, all you had was the fridge. So we would get my roommate and I would get a thing of milk, and then we would go to the dining hall, and they have just trays of cookies for dessert, and we would just cookie after cookie. We would take like 9 or 10 back with us, and we would just crush them up in a bowl and pour milk over them and eat them like cereal.
That's delicious.
That's pretty
great.
good.
It was great.
It's like Cookie Crisps.
It was just.
It
It was
is like
better.
Cookie
It was
Crisp.
better. It was just
It's
so
better
soggy
it's
and
just straight up cookie and mushy.
straight up
It's
cookie.
like not even cookie dough.
Did
It's
you-
even better.
yeah,
It's great.
It's good.
Did
It's
you
real
guys
good.
know that the Cookie Crisp robber just was released from prison last week?
The dog.
Do you remember? No, the guy. The dog was just his dog.
Cookie
The guy
Crisp.
was just released from prison. He's out on the prowl again, looking for cookies.
Boy, him and the Hamburglar should team up.
They really should.
Just form a dynamic duo
should.
of
They should
fictitious,
fight ISIS.
of fictitious criminals.
They should fight ISIS.
all the American burglars should fight ISIS.
What about the
You-
Trix rabbit?
Oh,
Well, he's not a burglar, but I want him. Oh, he can be involved.
who's more dangerous, the Trix Rabbit or the Leprechaun on Lucky Charms?
Lucky's
That
magical.
Who's Who's
leprechaun.
more of a threat to the children?
I don't trust
Well,
him.
let's talk
Lucky
about
I don't
Toucan
trust
him.
Sam real quick, because Toucan Sam he could smell the,
Underappreciated.
he could smell the Fruit Loops from so far away.
Yeah, birds usually can do that.
What else? Yeah, birds are known for their sense of smell. What else can he find? Drugs? Can he find drugs? Can he find truffles? Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Well, he's not a pig. Steve.
Well, if he can find Fruit Loops, he can find some other stuff. I'd like to put him to the test. I like this thing. What's the name of it? What do you call it? The cookie
What?
milk. slop thing?
I call it breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert.
That's
I
well,
call
it
it.
doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Can I suggest something?
Sure.
Cookie milk.
Cookie milk.
Ooh, they like
I
cookie butter.
love it.
Cookie milk.
Almost like cuticles.
Or maybe, how about this?
Cookie
How about this? Cookie milk. Kooky milk. Cookie milk.
That way the kids like it.
Let's get some
Okay,
of that
sure.
kooky milk going.
Yeah.
It's gotta, you gotta
And the
have
mascot
the,
is
the wrong
me,
letter.
but 30 pounds heavier.
Yeah, and your eyes are real red for some reason. No one knows why.
Nobody knows why.
What about you?
I used to do mine was similar to Ricky's, but I have a really old one I used to do, which is just nothing, no cooking, no preparation involved whatsoever.
That's the best. What is
And
it?
then I have one now that's like my latest favorite thing that I used to do all the time, and now I'm doing it again, and it's real bad. It's not good. But another question I have too is do you guys still eat these things?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
been it's been a while. It's been a while, but there was like nothing in my house, and I had some of those noodles
Recently.
from and some eggs. And I
How
was
long
like,
ago was
let's
that?
do
You
it.
think?
6 months, 6
That's
months.
not bad.
Yeah,
That's a
you know,
good. That's a
not
good
super
amount.
recent, but in 2015.
No,
No, you
been a
haven't-
while.
How long has it been? Years?
since high school.
But you've had a milk and cook.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just haven't done
You've
it
had
that
the
way.
ingredients, but just not the amalgamation.
Not 9
Yeah.
cookies at once.
I'm sure you had a dip.
No.
You've taken your cookie for a dip recently.
Oh, always. Wait, so what is your thing?
Okay, so I have two things. So one I used to do is very ramen related.
Okay.
And it is that like dry brick of ramen.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
basically what I would do is I would rip that package right open. I'd put the brick into a Ziploc bag.
Oh.
And I'd crush the fuck out of it.
Yes.
And then
You
I'd
were
get the
talking about this before,
seasoning.
yeah.
I mentioned this. I take the seasoning
I like
and
how specific ours were.
I
with
know
the
it's-
ramen.
they're very
it's good.
specific with
You gotta-
ramen.
you gotta
Ramen's a
be-
good base.
It's
It
really
is.
it's the ultimate cheap man, poor man.
It really
food.
is,
It's
and
kind
it's
of the
cheap
best.
as shit. Was it
Oh,
like
yeah.
a penny for a
Like
package?
39 cents, sometimes cheaper if it's on
Yeah.
sale, Sam.
Yeah, yes. Think about it. Anyway, so what I would do is I would put that a little bit of the mix. I would never put all of
The
it
full
because even I knew as a young boy that's not good.
That's not the best thing.
And plus, you don't want too much of that shit in there because it gets all over your fingers and shit. I learned that
You
the
can
hard
always
way.
add. You can never take it away, Steve.
That's true. You can't take it away. They say the same thing about sexual mistakes. So basically, what I did was I would pour a little bit of the dust inside of a Ziploc bag, zip it right back up. Yeah, I'd zip
Okay.
it back up, shake the hell out of it. That's a fun thing, kids.
That's how you clean out your
Yeah.
Shake and
pipes.
bake.
Yeah, shake, and then you're done. You got a little savory snack.
Oh, it's like
just
chips.
raw.
It's just like little ramen chips,
Oh.
Chinaman.
like a Chinaman. Is that can you say that?
I mean,
Cut that out, right?
Is that bad? Is that bad?
it's
Yeah.
not good,
All
but
right.
Well, yeah.
all
Can we
right.
say Oriental? Is that more like it?
That's
That's also
offensive.
what we can't say.
I'm
That's
gonna-
offensive, but we're bringing awareness.
We are bringing
Which
awareness
you
to what-
cannot say.
Yeah,
my
we're-
joke was misplaced. Now I felt now.
no, why? You're okay.
All right,
Don't
good.
worry.
You know what? It was
It's a learning lesson.
it was a learning lesson, and now we all know.
I'm a little Asian, so sometimes I hold those liberties.
Well, I'm a
There
little
you go.
hungry after talking about all this food.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah, so that's my super
That's
cheap,
good.
super quick,
That's
just
good.
savory little treat in between Super Nintendo games and getting yelled at by your dad.
Yeah.
So and then another, so the thing that I do now is you got bread. If you got bread, if you got butter,
You have a meal?
if you, well, you got to be.
You got a
Let's
nice,
be
it's a
honest.
nice prison meal.
If you let's say you're looking through your cupboard, you got peanut butter, you got butter, you got bread, you got jam, you got some kind of cereal. That's all you need. Basically, what I would do.
What
Here I
about
go.
milk?
I'm out of breath just talking about it. I'm getting sweaty.
Do you need the butter though? Do you need the butter in this recipe?
Yeah, do you need
Yeah,
the butter?
here's what we're talking about.
All
Here's where
right.
the butter's coming. I need you
Continue.
to stick with me on
I'm
this.
with you,
All
baby.
right.
I'm with you.
You get those breads out.
Yeah, they are.
All right, Sam's got them. And then what you do is you get that butter and you put like a nice layer of butter on both sides. Okay, depending on how good you're feeling, that layer can get thick. All right, depends.
Continue.
All right, then you get a big old dollop of peanut butter, crunchy, preferable.
Ooh.
I love the word dollop, by the
Dollop.
way.
Good one.
You drop that thing right down on the top of the butter, and you spread the crunchy peanut butter on top of the butter.
Ooh, crunch.
Oh, crunch! That you didn't. That's
You didn't
that's,
say
you didn't,
that.
You
We're
didn't
not
give
going
us that
creamy.
detail.
We're not going creamy.
Should have been implied.
Crunchy
Don't
peanut butter is a
crunch.
You should have
treat.
known.
Yeah.
We
We're
should have
getting a
known.
crunch on. And then you do it to the other side too. We're doing open faced. We're not doing sandwich style. Okay, this is open faced.
That's
you got-
gourmet.
It's gourmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's nice. Treat yourself. So we've got 2 open faced slices, butter base, got your crunchy peanut butter on top. Then you get your jam. Okay? Spread that jam, whether it's just a strawberry or grape. I ain't gonna yell at you. You just spread it, put a nice amount on it, and then you get your favorite cereal, whatever cereal you have in the house.
What's your
Golden
favorite?
Grams.
Golden Grams?
Golden Grams. Honey Bunches of Oats.
Absolutely.
Captain Crunch.
Perfect.
There you go.
Kix, Kashi, whatever you got. And then you grab a little handful of that. In fact, I just did this with Kashi the other night, and it was delicious.
Sure, because it's butter and peanut butter
true.
and
You
You
jelly.
can't even taste the
Kinda put
healthy
anything
part.
in there.
So you grab a handful of your favorite cereal, drop it down on top, sprinkle it on top, and you got yourself a crunchy, delicious treat.
What do you
But
call it?
you eventually
I need a
close it
name.
to make a sandwich, right?
No, don't
You
close
do.
it.
It's open face.
Open face.
So do I eat it with the? Oh, you just eat
It's
it
open face.
one
Like
bread
a-
at a
like a
time.
One bread at a
There you go. I
time.
thought I
Yeah.
needed a fork.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, look, let's be honest here.
tostada.
You could close it up and make it a sandwich.
Look at it.
Can I give you the healthy version of that?
No,
Mm.
Why not?
no one wants to know that version of it.
Yes, they do.
I'm a little curious.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
tell you the
let's hear it.
healthy plus protein.
Is it on a rice cake?
No. You take a fucking bowl and you put a dollop of peanut butter and a dollop of jelly and you eat it like that.
Okay, have
no
you tried to do
carbs.
that with peanut butter?
No carbs
the-
and
it's the low
it's the
carb.
shit.
Let me ask you
low
this,
carb
Bree.
option.
Where's
But
the butter?
There's no butter. There's no butter, Steve.
No butter? I'm out.
If you want a little, but here, wait,
Okay,
wait,
I'm
it gets
listening.
better. No, this gets better.
Okay.
You want that creamy, buttery texture?
Yes,
you
I
want
do.
some extra protein? Okay, scoop in some Greek yogurt. As much as you want. So you got your peanut butter, jelly, and Greek yogurt, and it's like eating a bowl
I don't
of
know.
yogurt.
Okay,
Greek
you
yogurt,
like-
snack.
Greek
It's a
yogurt
healthy
is
snack.
like
So
adding.
Do you
bomb.
like
Healthy
Greek
snack.
yogurt?
I love it.
Here's
Here's
my
my
thing
thing
about
I
it.
like
Really good.
plain.
Can I
too.
Yogurt is
guys-
tasty.
Can I tell you guys a secret about Greek yogurt? Because I think
What's
first
the
of all,
secret?
for this, I think it's a little too tart.
But you have the peanut butter and jelly
I know,
to
but
break
like
it
the-
up.
I feel like.
And then you add some flax seeds. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm down with it.
we're
No,
going.
look. I'm
This is
down
very
with it.
good.
And
We're
in
Chia.
fact,
walking the halls of
so here's
Whole
the
Foods
thing.
right now.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, get your wallet out.
Yeah.
I buy all of this shit from Ralph's motherfucker.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You could write a book.
Here's
You could write a book.
Here's what I'm gonna say though. The one that I did, I don't know what it's called. Let's call it a Steve sandwich.
Because
Why
nobody's
not?
ever thought of it except
No
for
one's
Steve.
put butter on a peanut butter. That's useless. Absolutely pointless. There's
Unless
no
you're
you
making
can't-
peanut butter cookies, but okay.
Okay, so I would say my version of it, the one that's real bad for you, is a good one to eat when you just want to chill. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you just want to. You've got a cheat day coming up. But Breeze is the one that you do like when you don't want to like gain all that
We're
weight.
like apples and oranges. Yours was like she took your like indulgent like
Yeah.
cheat food whatever and actually made it into something like actually
and
healthy
honestly,
and viable.
that's probably good. It sounds
She
she
delicious.
flipped the
delicious.
script on it.
I'd try the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to say about Greek
I'll
yogurt
try
really
anything
quick.
once.
What has he got? What are you gonna say?
I was at Mrs. Trisha Hirschberger's house.
I remember her.
Name drop. And this was before she was Mrs. though. She was just Ms. Trisha Hirschberger.
At that girl Trish.
And we were at a party. She had like a little
plug.
party going on, and she had chips and dips. And she had like sour cream and guacamole and olives and
I
stuff.
bet it was a
and
really nice
it was a
spread.
very nice
Yeah.
spread.
If I know
She knows her
Shisha.
spread.
She's such a
She's
queen.
good at the spread. Can we cut that out? she knows what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean.
Yes, we
We
do.
know what you mean.
So I
She
was
opens her
eating.
legs real wide.
That's what I'm talking about. And so I was dipping the chips into that sour cream, and I was digging it. I was like, this is fucking delicious. And she's like, guess what, Zaragoza? That's not sour cream. That's Greek yogurt.
Protein.
And honestly, it tasted
Wait, did it taste like sour
just
cream?
like sour cream.
Did she do something
that
to
does
it?
not
No,
make me
she
wanna
did nothing
eat
to
Greek
it.
yogurt
But see,
more.
that's the thing. The Greek yogurt
That
with
is
sweet
confusing.
stuff turned me off after that because I get a Doritos chip and I dip it into a Greek yogurt and it's delicious. It's like sour cream.
I wouldn't have thought to do a
Same.
straight up dipping into sour cream. Period.
Oh, you don't do that?
No, like a guac and a salt. If it's a 7-layer and there's some sour cream in there, yeah.
that
Or
might
if
be a
I'm like
me
guacking
thing.
Can I
and
say
sour cream, not just
the
straight
best?
crema.
I got
My
the
mom
best.
used
What about
Oh,
ranch dip,
mijo,
though?
no.
What about like that onion,
Wait.
like onion
Oh, of
dip?
course.
That's
Hold on.
sour
I
cream.
got-
yeah, sour
yeah.
I got the best
That's good.
kind.
Let's have it.
All right, you take, they sell those blocks of, I don't like to describe food in
Cheese.
blocks, but no, cream cheese. Take a block of
Well,
cream
hard
cheese.
cream cheese?
No, I mean, it's soft when you
I don't
let
think
it.
I've seen a
Yeah.
They sell it in blocks. They sell
block
blocks
of
for
it.
cooking. But
Okay.
you buy a block and you put it in a dish and then you cover it with salsa. Usually Paul Newman's pineapple salsa because it's the
Oh.
best kind.
Oh, yeah.
Then you just start dipping chips in. You break up a little piece of cream cheese with the salsa. It's extremely unhealthy.
We're making
My
everybody
family
real
always
hungry
makes
right
it,
now.
and I eat the whole thing.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
Now, that's a
And they
block I'd like to
hate it.
raise my family on.
That sounds real good. It's almost like the Velveeta thing they
How many school? You got a nice school on that block for my kids to go to? Bree doesn't feel good right now.
I hate you so goddamn much.
Can I? Is it me? Am I just a weirdo then? Did nobody dip their chip into some sour cream straight up?
No.
I know.
Darren did
Darren did
I just tried sour cream.
sour cream.
for the first
sour
time ever.
cream. Yeah.
Wait, you just did?
Yeah, I was really
And?
scared of it. It was good.
It's good, right?
Yeah, I
Put it
loved
on a
it.
taco. Have a great time.
Do you not like white food or white condiments?
Some people don't.
Like others in this
My
office?
sister's
No?
ex could
Actually,
not eat
kind
white
of, yeah.
food.
Tartar sauce,
what?
like
Tartar
white, yeah.
sauce? I
Alfredo
love
sauce.
tartar sauce.
Mayonnaise.
I love
Mayonnaise,
Alfredo
nothing.
sauce. I think I like white sauces.
Can we talk about
Gotta be
Cool
careful
Whip
there.
real quick? Can we talk about Cool Whip?
Hey, Ricky.
Or is it Cool Whip? No, let's talk about
Whip.
Miracle Whip.
That's the
I
mayonnaise.
don't know
That's
what the
the one I
difference
wanna
is.
talk
That's the mayonnaise. It has a very
First of all,
distinct
yeah.
sweet
That's a
touch.
tr-
yeah.
that's a trick.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
came up with fucking Miracle Whip?
Are you? You're a
Is that
you're a,
mayonnaise?
you're a
What
best foods man.
Devil
Right?
demon came up with that disgusting crap.
It's in, but when it's mixed with all the other ribble
Maybe,
rabble you got in there,
maybe.
it's okay.
But
It's
if
not
you're
as
doing,
bad.
If you're doing
Something
straight
that
up,
can grow fur in one day from leaving it out
Mayonnaise can
Well,
grow fur in one day.
in the sun.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm okay with that because I'm taking care of my food. I'm not eating out in the sun. Who's doing that? Who does that?
I don't know. Maybe like at a picnic or something. You got the mayonnaise. sitting
I'm
out all day.
Mexican. I've never had a picnic in my life.
Fair enough. Fair point.
But I want to say because if you put Miracle Whip on a sandwich,
Wha-
that's not. You need to mix it with something. Like I think
Yeah,
maybe
no.
that's what it's for.
What do you eat? Mayonnaise sandwiches? Yeah, no. Miracle Whip ain't your
Hold on,
jam.
don't judge. Mayonnaise and Cheetos.
I mean, okay, yeah, we're talking
No,
about
I
poor
mean-
people food. Yeah.
If you like mayonnaise, and that's the other thing, not many people like mayonnaise.
No.
But if you like mayonnaise, you're like, oh, I'm ready to try more stuff, like the Dijonnaise maybe, or maybe like a little mayonnaise with
gotta
like an
expand.
olive oil mayonnaise
Exactly.
and stuff like that, or like
That's
the
too fancy.
balsamic mayonnaise.
Once you smoke weed, you got to try a line.
There's
Okay.
also a chipotle
Yes.
mayonnaise. But Miracle Whip is
Gateway
a fucking
mayonnaise.
it's a devil's creation. I honestly think
It's food.
it's the devil's discharge is what I want to call it. Because
Gross.
have you ever had it?
Mayonnaise.
Good
Miracle
product
Whip.
name. The
Devil's
Devil's
Discharge.
Discharge.
I don't know if I
Do
want
you
to
know
eat
what
it.
it is?
Devil's
It's
Discharge.
mayonnaise.
But
But
it's,
what kind of
what do we
mayonnaise?
make with
I
that?
don't know.
Okay, so
With
have you
mayonnaise?
ever had
Like a
Miracle?
hot sauce or something?
Have-
We can go to market with this. Devil's Discharge.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but have you guys ever had?
We have a really good business
We got a
idea.
business
yeah.
idea. We're going to steal that.
Have you ever had Miracle Whip?
No, I have not
Okay,
had
so
the pleasure.
Ricky and I are the only ones that.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so let me explain what Miracle Whip is.
It sounds like mayo.
No, I'm gonna.
It's
hold
mayonnaise,
on,
but it's
hold
like a
on,
fake-
Hold on.
All right.
I'm gonna
All
lay
right.
it out.
You seem upset.
Literally, this is all I'm gonna say.
He's gonna talk about this for 10 minutes.
And then
We
can
don't have to.
And then let's get off of food.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
if we can.
I
I'm
got a
sorry.
fun idea.
But please.
Okay,
Enthrall
here's what
us.
Miracle Whip is. It's sweet mayonnaise.
That's an awful pitch.
Yeah.
Isn't all mayonnaise that?
No,
It's eggy.
It's like
You
it's
know, that's
no,
what
it's
mayonnaise is
It's
made
like a
out of.
savory.
Yeah, I know, but like that's the
It's a
flavor.
little
I never
more
think
tart,
sweet.
but it works
May-
mixed in with
yeah.
other things. I think there's
May-
sweet relish, sweet pickles,
Yes.
sweet D.
Speaking
Sweet
of
D.
sweet
I love that
relish.
show.
Hold on, I'm
I
not
do
done with
too.
Miracle Whip
Oh,
yet.
God.
Oh, I know.
Course
But
not.
while we talk about Miracle Whip, I actually have
Okay,
a
let's
quick
have it. Go
question.
for
We
it.
were talking about the Devil's Discharge,
Uh,
and that could be. He's brought it up. Ricky brought it up. It's a great idea. It could be a really good salsa.
It's a great
Oh,
name.
I
sorry,
see, like
hot
a hot
sauce.
sauce.
Great name.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
I think it's a good hot sauce.
is.
Devil's Discharge.
Have you
It's
guys-
alliterative. You know,
Yeah, I
people
like it.
that.
Yeah.
I
That
want a
rolls
little
off the
cut of
tongue.
the pie though, because I came up with that. term.
Well,
There's no proof that you did that, though.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
not-
not at all.
there's
Not a
no proof at
recording
all.
or anything.
Not two
Have you
forms
guys
of
ever
recording.
been to like a corner shop or like if you
Like
guys
a bodega?
been driving to like Vegas or you ever gone to like a small town and you go into their like little general
Oh,
store
yeah.
and they'll have
It's like Dave's kick-ass salsa.
yes and they'll have like a
Yeah.
ton of that like George Bush sauce or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like,
like lick my asshole sauce.
yes, and there's like
Yeah.
kick your balls sauce and shit. Like there's all
So
these
dumb. I love
edgy
it.
sauce
yeah,
names
that are like
That's
very
where-
that are very
yeah.
tongue in cheek. Exactly.
none
like
of them
are
independent,
actually
we all
hot.
bottle
They
ourselves.
that
make
true?
millions.
None of them are actually hot.
Is that
A lot of
true?
them are.
I've never
They
tried
just
all
have
of them.
interesting flavors.
I mean, yeah,
they
a lot
gotta
of them
have,
are
like,
just
broad
like
appeal.
flavored, like Chipotle or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Because some of them
yeah.
are called like the hottest sauce
And
in
they're
the world
really
or whatever.
not usually.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
try it. I don't like hot sauce.
It's
really.
scary. It's
But let's talk
scary.
about Miracle Whip for a little bit longer.
Okay, and while
Right.
we think about that,
Yeah.
I actually have a fun topic. while you guys fill those comment sections in the iTunes comment section about your favorite Miracle Whip
Miracle Whip's garbage.
use. Actually, Darren and I were talking earlier,
Yes, please.
and we were thinking to talk about when did you guys know that you wanted to be on camera?
Ooh, that's
Think
a good
about that.
question.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'll go last because I have probably told this story before. But you go first, Sam.
Oh, you want-
yeah,
to
go
hear from
first,
me?
Sam.
Yeah.
My
You
dad.
know what, ladies first.
Yeah,
Bree, go ahead.
there you go. I was off to a rocket start. All right.
Bree, when did you know?
I did want Sam to go first because he had time to think about it.
Oh,
'cause
okay,
I
go
don't
for it then.
remember.
Here
Here
All
we
right,
go.
Sam.
All right. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna try one more time.
So
All right.
Miracle Whip is this real gross shit.
Oh my god!
All right, okay. My dad used to make videos. My dad made videos like freelance for companies and things like that. So I'd always be around camera equipment, and he would always help me. Yeah, I've been like my hand is in like as like a kid is in like videos like
That's fun.
for like product things. Like it wasn't like hand modeling. It was more just like instructional videos.
So
like,
you've been around
he taught
media
me.
for
Did
a
he?
long, long
So
time.
he did like
Long time.
wait. Did he do full production? Like he shot, edited, directed.
He used to do movies. I mean, he did movies back in like the 80s, I think. And he like early 2000s, kind of like late 90s, he worked for a TV company. Like he worked with Will Smith on like something. That was the thing he would always tell us as kids, and we'd freak out.
I just want to stop you for a second because
Yeah.
Darren, I'm not talking about movies right now. It's Sam.
I'm sorry. Darren doesn't like when we talk about movies.
Alright,
a lot of
Anyways.
people don't,
Yeah.
believe it or not. I know.
We're not talking about movies. We're talking
talking
about
about mo-
Sam's
we're talking
past and
about my
Sam's
past.
father. My
Yeah.
word. Please continue, Sam.
Anyway, so I watched him do it, and my family's always been an artistic family. And like my sister, she was very into music. My older brother was always into art. And they're always so fucking talented. It was always very like it was very weird in our family. Everyone was kind of like weirdly competitive, but also passive aggressive. So you never like talked about it. There you go. It's in white families usually. So from there, I kind of started to move towards performing and whatnot, and I worked with a lot of AV companies and with my dad. So I always wanted to be on camera doing stuff like that.
That's
also,
fun.
I watched YouTube.
Wait, did you want to be a host or an actor or both?
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Well, that's well,
That
this
really
was kind
answers
of
it.
Yeah.
well,
I
this was
didn't know.
incredible because you didn't start here as an on-camera fella.
No, I did freelance editing and shooting and stuff. It was bad.
In fact,
but like I
Sam-
did.
Starring
it.
in music videos as background dancers.
Cut to a clip. It's called
Cut
Get
to a
Ready
clip.
for Tonight. The 2
Here's-
is a 2 and the 4 is a 4. Okay.
Well, that's not confusing at all. In fact, Sam's first video here at SourceFed. Do you remember, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam
Was
and I
it-
went
was
to
it the convention?
Yes, we went to an adult convention, and we had a blast.
It was very
I
scary. It was
know.
very. I mean, not like being there, but getting ready for it. I was extremely nervous. I was so nervous.
Yeah, no,
What
I
were you
remember.
expecting?
You could tell a little
I
bit.
don't know.
But
I was
that's what
expecting
was
people to have like
endearing
sex
about
on the
it.
floor or something. I didn't know what was gonna happen when we walked in there.
Well, we were talking about how we wanted to do have the girls do all sorts of stuff to you. and
There was
stuff
supposed to be a
like-
blind date. Do you
Yeah,
remember
that's
that?
right. That's right. I do
remember
remember
that.
that. Yeah.
They were gonna feed me lines through a headset, and I was
Yeah.
gonna have to say them on the date.
Man, this just brings me. I've got so much to talk about because I really wanted to do like an adult, like an adult themed show on SourceFed. At one point, I pitched this idea that was like we would review sex toys and we'd actually do it in a really funny way. And then we would go to the adult conventions and we'd have like porn stars on and we'd talk to them and we'd do sketches and stuff. But
Sounds
like,
cool.
That
But
could be
you
real
can't-
fun.
Sounds
it-
cool.
I know, but you can't
Not here.
do it on.
Not
you can't
here.
do it here. Yeah,
Not
it's
here.
just too.
Not the audience.
There
It's like I
aren't-
want to do a weed show.
Yeah,
Can't
there's,
do
there's
it.
no advertisers that are like okay with that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Discovery's on board.
It's difficult. It's
Yeah.
difficult. But anyway, so that's your story then.
Yeah, I mean, like I've just always been performing and whatnot, and I've always liked video. I've liked everything about it, so that kind of felt like a nice little pocket for me to slide on into.
I didn't know that about you, Sam. I feel,
There you go.
I feel this much closer.
This much closer.
That much closer to
Not
you.
too much closer, but about
Not
that
too
much closer.
but you know that thereabouts.
What about you, Ricky?
Kind of similar to you, pal. Actually, a little bit. You know, my desire was never exclusively to be in front of the camera. In fact, I'm definitely more of a behind the camera person. I like being in front of camera. I enjoy it, but I came from a really artistic family as well. My dad was a percussionist. For any of you old souls out there, Captain and Tennille.
Hell yeah.
My dad was the percussionist for them for a number of years.
Really?
Went on tour. Yeah.
Hamster
cool.
Love.
Yeah.
Hamster Love. Or, yeah.
Muskrat Love.
Muskrat,
Yeah.
Muskrat Love. Close.
Hamster Love. The wrong rodent.
Close.
So that
What's the difference? Let's be honest about it.
I don't know. Woodland things. My sister was a singer, musician. My uncle is my uncle, I didn't know this until I was much older. I don't know if I can reveal this, but I'm going to.
Do it.
Is like
Exclusive.
Now you have to.
is like one of the utmost, I think he's retired now, but one of the like utmost premier Playboy photographers.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know this. I was on my cousin's like Facebook a couple years ago, or like maybe 10 years ago, and he had like a link. It said like, I won't give out the link, but it said something women, and I was like, what is this? And I clicked on it. And I
Ooh,
was
they're
like, oh
gonna
my
find
God.
it.
And
That
was like-
narrows it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
it was like
That was
like
a
It was like
challenge.
an East-West calendar he had, and like my sister
Wow.
told me. Remember the Playboy girl, the with the three of them, the show on E.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Lady-
my
Girl Next Door
Girl
or
Next,
something?
I don't
Girls
know,
Next
something
Door.
there. Yeah,
Girls
yeah,
Next Door,
yeah.
yeah.
My,
it was like Holly, Kendra, and other
Bridget.
blonde. Sure.
No, I remember.
There you
yeah.
go.
And then Kendra got her own show and then married that NFL player. Now it's coming back to me. So my sister actually saw my uncle like in the background in
No
that show,
shit.
like, walking around or
So
whatever.
that's funny because that's the kind of thing you don't find out until you're older about your uncle.
Well, and
right?
that's the thing,
They try
because
to
my
hide that.
dad kind of kept that from us. We were I grew up in a very strict Christian family. So like, oh yeah, your uncle takes pictures of titties. Here you go, son.
Yeah.
Be encouraged.
Yeah.
So I knew he was a photographer, but I didn't know what kind. But anyway, so that was always sort of in the background. And like from a very young age, I'd say junior high, I'd always been interested in film and video and making little shorts, and did that in school. And then now I'm here.
Is your uncle still around? Is he around?
Yeah, he still shoots. He doesn't work for Playboy anymore, I don't think, but he still shoots.
You
and-
should talk. Have you
and
talked to him about
travels.
it? You should like
Little
really
bit.
talk to him about it.
A little bit.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. He's helped me out. He's given me some gear that I don't know if I can give it away, but we just did a photo shoot. A lot of the
Yeah.
gear, some of the
Yes,
stuff,
we
all those
did.
backdrops I have, those were my uncle's. He
There's
gave
a
them to me.
tease.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That all
so-
actually all makes sense now that I think about our shoot on Friday. Playboy.
Well,
Teasers.
yeah. Well, it's sort of funny because I kind of got into the more fashion, because I do photos as well, but the fashion photography angle, and then it was like I like taking pictures of pretty sexy girls, and then I was like, oh my God, Uncle, we are related.
That's
So,
awesome.
So yeah,
That's
That's
awesome.
my story.
It's a good story.
Brianna.
That actually is a perfect segment into my story because my dad used to be an actor. And he went by the stage name Michael McCabe. I don't know why.
That's a good name.
It's a good name.
Michael McCabe.
But like he does not look Irish at all. Like he looks like he's not a McCabe at all. For
Capital
sure.
M, lowercase c.
Yeah, and then uppercase C.
McCabe.
McCabe. Michael
That sounds
McCabe.
like an action star.
It does.
That's
It
what
does.
it
And
is.
you know
Yeah.
what? And I want to cut two pictures if you're watching this on YouTube because he has the best headshots ever. It's like him stuffing his face with like a giant hot dog and like weird shit from the 80s. You know how like there's like business suit. Now like
Yeah.
go play on a baseball
Yeah,
diamond.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like weird shit like that. But he was an actor and he had to give up acting to raise his family.
Ugh.
And yeah,
Every time.
every time. But he would
Just kidding. We're glad he did.
Yet a
Because we wouldn't have-
worthwhile sacrifice, which I'm sure he doesn't
Yeah.
regret for 1 second.
he doesn't, and now he wants to. When he retires, he wants to be a producer.
That's
so
cool.
there's
great.
that. Like he does want to get back into the business. So
I just wanted to say that I'm glad he did decide to raise a family because he shared his seed with SourceFed.
gross.
Well,
It's
okay.
romantic.
A few steps
So
removed,
romantic.
but you could. It's a stretch, but you can make that.
and when you
that-
rub
that
my
thing.
shoulder, please never say the word seed again.
How about
What do you
this?
think? Will be right back. What does this say?
No,
You?
it says I will be king and you will be queen, and it's a Bowie bracelet that my friend made.
He's wearing a bracelet.
Yes, I am.
To all the
Want to judge me,
listeners.
bro?
No, I'm just saying for the
I'm gonna
listeners.
fight you outside
You know I can probably take you.
and punch you
Oh,
up.
absolutely.
Ooh.
Sam.
I'm gonna punch you up.
Okay, so I go for probably a slap and then run. That's usually my move.
As long
And
as you
you
get it
could
in
still
first,
destroy
you just
him with
get
that.
it.
I got
Out of
strong
there.
legs. I'm gonna give you a leg choke. I'm gonna get you down on the ground. I'm gonna wrap my legs around you.
Your calves are surprisingly super strong. Like
I do have strong calves.
Whenever
yeah.
you wear shorts, I'm always like, damn.
When we were
Them
locked out of the
calves.
house, he kicked down the door.
I've got my dad's. My dad forced me to play soccer as a boy, and that's where those good calves come from. I
Is
will
it?
say.
For 1 year.
Does that last forever?
Oh, it sure does. It's called
sticks around.
jeans. It's called jeans. Also, if you're gonna fight me, I usually keep a jar of Miracle Whip in my satchel bottle, and I will smash that
Gross.
on
He
you.
will just
I'll
lay it on
smash
you.
it on the back of your
He'll
head.
Lay it on you. He will just
I don't
ejaculate
even care.
that can right in your
I'll
direction.
throw it. It's glass.
Oh, it's glass.
The
It's
best
glass.
way to defeat Steve is just to pretend like you're about to
That's the way
vomit.
to defeat Steve.
It's true.
Your
That's my
mortal
kryptonite.
enemy.
Just honestly
Or
vomit on him,
tickle.
and you'll win.
Tickles are bad too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickles, yeah.
I'll throw a glass.
Tickles are
bottle
the
at
most
people.
disarming, least intimidating way to like disarm somebody because it
Definitely.
works.
that's a serious threat.
I will throw a glass bottle at you. I've also been known to throw potatoes.
I'll take the potato, please.
I would rather have a potato.
I
Can you
think so.
imagine a
Head, I
potato to
think.
the back of the head though at a good speed?
If a healthy boy
That's not
threw.
nice.
If I
That's
didn't
not
see it
nice.
coming either,
Yeah.
you'd knock
You
me.
didn't see it coming.
You'd
yeah.
knock me clear on my
Yeah.
shots.
You do not see
You're
that
gonna have a
coming.
talk after that.
We would.
There'll be some strong words.
After I woke up, we'd have words.
Bree, what else about your future comedy actings?
No, that wasn't the
The
original
question
yeah,
was,
no,
how did you know? When did you know you wanted to be on camera?
Yeah, yeah.
The answer to that is
That's the one.
here. I'm gonna wrap this up so Steve can keep talking some more.
Shh, just talk.
I'm interested. Just talk
okay.
over him. Whatever.
Why would I bring it back to you if I didn't want to hear it?
We'll form an alliance.
Could have kept
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
potatoes.
You want to bring it back to me so you can keep taking it away.
No,
No.
take
You're
it.
trying
Take
to-
it. It's yours.
Okay, so
Just speak up.
so
We can't hear you.
She will kill you.
so yeah. I'll just.
No, go. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
You said something like you've
Okay.
always known, or if it's always been. I'm curious. I want to hear this.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I've always known because my parents would always film my sister and I for home videos. Always. And I would always perform. And that, I mean, like, yeah.
We're like lifers.
Always. I would always do it.
We're
and
like
then my
lifers, us three.
yeah,
My
and then my
dad-
dad
Speak for
gave
him,
me the camera,
but we're
and
like
he was like,
lifers.
he's like, here, you are so obsessed with it, so here, you take this camera. It was really just him wanting to get a new camera, and so then he gave me the old one, and then I made movies with it.
What kind of camera was it? Talking VHS or
Oh,
talking Super
no,
8?
Super 8,
VHS-C?
Super 8, and then it went down to mini DV as time went on.
That was my first. My
I
first was a
r-
Super 8 video.
I
Super
liked
8
putting
video.
the
Great video.
tapes inside of my dad's camera.
You put the mini DV, was it Super 8?
Well, there's
Yeah, you
high.
put the
There's
Super
high
8
8.
in the
Well, Super 8 is
VHS.
film, isn't it?
No. There's different standards. There is 8mm video, 8mm. Then there is Super 8. Then there is high 8.
High
And
8
there's
is
just
the one I
different
remember.
fidelities for them. But Super 8 is also a type of film. It is a small gauge film with a cartridge. And I
That's
shot
the
on that
Super
too.
8 I'm familiar with. But there's also a digital Super 8?
And an alien movie Super 8.
Yes.
Oh,
All
can't
true.
keep it together.
All true facts.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
I just love this microphone. I never get to do that.
My brother, so I'm trying to figure out like the source of it, because I know the story, but it must be because my dad had a Betamax camera. This was in the early '80s.
Ooh.
That is,
I'd say it wasn't until about. So I was born in '82. So
None
I'd
of
say it
us
was
were
like,
alive
oh
in
no,
the early 80s.
you were just a spring in your dad's step, Sam.
You were just a sprig in your dad's
You
balls.
were you were a bad dream to your mama. That's all you were. Before
thank
came
you.
around.
I had a vision.
No, my dad had a Betamax camera, and it must have been like 84, 85 or something. So I was like 3 or 4. And then it must have been a combination of like the Muppet Show, loving the Muppet Show so much, my brother and I. And so we would put on these little puppet shows using the Betamax camera, and then we would eventually make sketches, and we would make them for our parents, and then we would show them. We would like screen them like little movies to my mom and dad. And it was basically stuff with like Muppet, like we'd have Big Bird puppets, and we'd have like, you know.
How old were you when you were
It
doing
must have been like 4 or 5.
Ah.
And then as we got older, we would make like sketches, and then we made like crazy shit. Like we were doing like, you know, my friends would say, this isn't just me saying it, but my friends would say we were doing like Andy Milonakis type stuff
Yeah,
before Andy Milonakis was doing it. Yeah, so it was
That's
kind of
cool.
weird shit like that.
I can see that. That's you.
Yeah, and so
you.
so we've always, my brother and I were both always making little videos and stuff, and so we were both interested in being in front of the camera and doing sketches and comedy and like little bits and stuff. And I always had these like characters and stuff, and so did my brother.
So you've known from a young age as well.
Very young, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, can I ask you a question? Since you told me it made me laugh so hard the other day when you were telling me the story. I want to know if you filmed it. You were telling me that you and your brother, when you were younger, used to put You used to put hot dogs through the screen, through the screen of your window to feed your dog.
Wait, did you cut a hole in the screen, or did you just shove the hot dog?
I had
through
a
the
dog
screen?
named Toby. Is a Cocker Spaniel. In addition to the dog food we would feed the dog, my brother and I, there was. I did tell you this the other day.
did.
There was a hole in the screen in my brother's room. And we would literally push raw hot dogs through the screen for our dog to get through the screen.
That's not good, right?
I mean,
it's not.
It's like
horrible.
the sodium
Okay.
content isn't good for the dogs.
You
or
know
something
what's
like
bad
that.
for dogs is dog food because it's got like pieces of rats in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel like a raw hot dog's fine.
Yeah. Well,
It's
dog
all-
food
it's all
back
protein.
in the 90s had copper in it. Pesticides.
Gross. Wait, but did you film that?
I don't know, maybe. You know what's funny, though?
You made a
Toby.
horror film with
There
that.
is- it's a horror film to the animal rights activists is what it is. No, I'm sure there are. I'm telling you guys, like, there's some weird shit. There's some sketches from young Steve and young Frank, my brother. That's just
And
some
young
real
Toby,
weird shit.
the
Like at one,
dog.
we did a sketch when Toy Story was coming out, where it was like I'm walking through the kitchen and I step on something. Like you hear this crunch, this terrible crunch under my foot. Like it's just a shot of me walking and then crunch real bad. I'm like, what the hell is that? I go, oh, well, and I walk away and then the camera pans down and it's Woody down on the ground with like a bunch of blood under him. And it's like I killed Woody. It's like I
That's
killed.
pretty good.
And
It's pretty advanced
right?
for
That
a
was-
young tyke.
Yeah, it was like 95
Do
or
you
something.
have any of your old stuff still?
I was just thinking
I
about
feel like
that.
I might, because I saved a lot of my old
I
tapes.
found a DVD because my dad bought one of those camcorders that burned straight to DVDs.
That's
those
cool.
mini DVDs.
That's
cool.
They
Yeah.
sold like what 500 of them before
Not
they
many.
like became like.
It was a cool
yeah.
idea.
They were outmoded, but we made. My friend and I just saw Die Another Day, the James Bond movie with Halle Berry and the ice.
Oh yeah.
So we played. We
Another
love that song. We love that song. So basically, we're gonna make an action movie about
Madonna,
that.
right?
It's Madonna, yeah.
I don't remember.
My friend had a toy gun, and he walked out following me from outside of our house. And he was like, "Hey, put your hands up!" And then we fought, and then lightning struck us, and we died. And it was 5 minutes long.
It shouldn't have been.
Not a cut. Not one cut in that video of us
Yep.
fighting for 5 minutes. But we sped it up so that it looked like we were fighting really fast.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
I still
no, it
have all
wasn't.
of
It's
mine.
still
I
very
have
long.
a few. I made a lightsaber video. When
That's
I was
cool.
So did my
younger.
brother and I.
Yeah.
My brother and I
Are
made a
you
lightsaber
Star Wars
video.
kid?
Oh, I was
Ricky's Star
like,
Wars kid.
I was like mod level when I was younger. Yeah, I knew like everything about
That's
it.
cool,
like,
man.
I was a crazy. I still love it, but I mean, I've matured, I suppose. But yeah, I like rotoscoped it and everything, and like got into,
That's
like it got
cool.
into like a youth festival. I was really excited.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is really
it
cool.
was really neat.
I have to change this conversation just so I can ask a really important
Wait,
question.
okay.
we can do it.
I want
please.
to come back because I got
Indulge,
something to say.
indulgence.
All right, we'll come back in a second.
Indulgence, please.
All right. Going back to your dog, Toby.
Yes.
Okay. Is Toby not like one of the most common dog names? Let's talk about the most common dog names because Toby, Bailey,
Is Fido like just a fake?
Bella.
Do
That's
people
a
not
fake.
call? Okay.
Yeah. Bella is.
Bella.
I knew 3
what-
people with Bellas.
Isn't
I know-
Sarah a dog name too? Like a pretty common dog name?
No.
I've met so many Sarah dogs.
Seriously?
That's
Yeah.
lazy. I've met a couple. I feel like I've met a couple Sarah dogs too.
Yeah.
Seems lazy.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
I feel
totally
like
lazy.
Toby and Bailey are the laziest dogs.
I've never seen another Toby. I've
seen
never
a-
met another
I
Toby.
I've met
I have a Toby.
so many
I didn't have a Toby, but I
Tobys.
knew a
Toby
friend
seems
with a
like a
Toby.
little dog
The
name.
only Toby I've ever known was my Toby.
Well, I knew a Toby
I
already.
knew a lot of Tobys. They
I know
didn't
a
get
real
raw
Toby.
hot dogs, but they were Tobys.
I know a real Toby.
They were Tobys just the same.
You know a Toby Turner.
Okay, so here's what I want to say really quick, going back, because if you want to keep talking about dog names, we can totally come back to
No,
it.
it's fine.
But before we do, I do want to say I have sketches on tape, but they're on like a lot of them are on mini DV, which I can kind of figure out because I have an old Canon XL1.
Yeah, all you
that's
need.
like a deck.
We hooked up for the Bob Ross sketch. We hooked up a mini DV camera.
Okay,
we
so
did.
so I've
Yeah.
got that.
That looked
they
really
still
cool.
sell
Yeah.
those tapes.
They
They
do.
still
We
sell
got
tapes.
them at CVS.
Like Target and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
probably even get them
Crazy.
at Sammy's or something, right? Don't you think?
Sam's Club.
Sammy's
Sammy's
Camera.
Camera.
Sammy's.
Sammy's
Oh,
Camera.
Sammy's camera.
Are they
yeah,
still
yeah,
around?
Sammy's Camera?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're still overpricing people.
So let me ask you this, Ricky.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you have
Slam,
an
right?
8mm or VHS-C deck, or is there a way, or do you have a way to?
I have
convert
I have a
those?
VHS player, but is it VHS-C?
Because do you remember VHS-C,
would
that
go into
big
a
fat one?
cartridge.
Yeah, to go
and
into
it would go into a
Remember
VHS
we could-
cartridge. Yeah,
Yeah, I
baby. Oh,
had
I'm
that.
with you. I
I
still
had
have
that.
a bunch of VHSs too.
How crazy of a deck is that? You would stick the VHS-C tape
Into a thing.
into a
Into
VHS,
a VHS,
tape,
yeah.
and then you would put the VHS tape into your VCR.
It's
or
almost
whatever.
like
Wait,
putting
really?
a micro.
Yeah.
It's
That's
almost like
cool.
putting a micro SD into a little SD
But
thing.
and
But-
it
it's
is,
also
yeah.
like remember those tape player things,
cleaners
auxiliary
or whatever?
Well, no, the auxiliary things were like you'd have your MP3 player, and you're like, I want to listen to my fucking MP3 player in my car.
But it
Wanna
only
listen
has
to
the tape deck.
Oh
And
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
auxiliary
yeah,
port.
yeah, yeah. And it goes
Oh,
in.
the
The tape
and
had a
it's-
wire
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
that
still
you could
have one.
delete.
I still have one. Yeah.
You felt like you were hacking the car matrix a little bit when you had that in there.
So,
yeah,
I now-
I can play CDs in my '92 Ford Festival.
I now realize that my brother and I were really lame because we both got excited when we could use the VHS rewinder. Did you guys ever have those?
Oh
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
a
yeah.
Rewinder.
The ones
machines?
that are like
Oh,
a
yeah.
car,
Yeah,
like
that-
a Volkswagen Beetle. You'd shove a tape
Yeah,
into.
and then it would rewind it real fast, and then
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
yeah, it beat the machine.
That's so garbage. that
Yeah.
that exists.
Oh, I love that thing, and you would know
That's
because
the
it would like
best
get hyped.
job.
And
I always
Pop.
wanted that
Yeah.
job.
To
At
rewind the
Blockbuster.
tapes?
Yeah, to
Don't
be
be
the
kind,
tape
rewind.
rewinder because all you do is just sit and watch movies while you rewind tapes. It's the easiest
oh,
thing
that's
ever.
true. That's
Well,
true.
you're also
I
Yes.
liked
grossly
Blockbuster.
underpaid.
Loved it.
I like
Grossly
Blockbuster.
You're grossly
underpaid,
underpaid,
but
but
you're
for a
also
youth
just
kid
as-
who's
Oh, for a
just
youth
getting his
kid,
job
sure.
and you're surrounded by movies all day, like Dawson and Pacey. Come on.
And
Oh
when
my
they got
God,
video
yeah.
games, you could have been playing video games
That's
there.
true.
I was
Get
so
your Game Boy out.
I like. I love Blockbusters.
I love it.
I went to one in like a small town. It was not a Blockbuster, but it was just a family video store. I'm like, damn,
Those
this
are
is
nice.
still really
They're
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
My
Because you see
parents-
There's
all
still a
the
few around.
shit.
It was the
like,
shit. My
independent
parents
ones.
would go out like every Friday and Saturday night, and so my sister and I would be home alone, and we would go to Blockbuster. My dad would take us before, and we would get it for the entire weekend. And you can only rent 9 movies. That's the limit. So we would rent 9 movies at
Damn.
Blockbuster, and that was like,
I didn't even know what the limit was.
yeah.
Oh,
the
there's a
Blockbuster.
We were told to only rent 3 tops
I feel like, yeah,
at a time.
that must have been an
so much
Oxnard
fun.
thing.
And
Because we
even
could only
3
rent like
was a
3.
lot.
Yeah, I remember. We could only
Yeah.
rent like 3 movies. Did you go to the Blockbuster right off
On
of Channel Islands?
Hell yeah,
boy.
baby.
Yeah.
Poor Wainimi.
Love when that happens.
That's cute.
That,
I love
that
it.
really
I
cute.
love when that
spent
happens.
many a time in there.
Yeah.
And by the way, man,
When they opened up the GameStop too, the Hollywood
Game
Video.
Crazy.
In the
This is
Brown Shopping
ultra
Center.
Well, yeah, the
specific.
Hollywood Video.
Yeah.
The Hollywood Video had
Hollywood
a
Video.
Game
Had a
Crazy.
Game
I remember
Crazy.
them.
That came later.
Yeah, it came
yeah,
later.
yeah,
No,
yeah. That was a big deal.
I worked at a Game Crazy. I worked
ya?
at that one in the Brown Shopping Center with the Carl's Jr.
Yes,
right
sir.
there, by the CB base.
By the CB base, right across from it.
This is so cute.
It's very adorable.
Isn't it?
Here's a little bit of trivia for you guys. Not to get real dark and somber here, but
Oh.
9/11,
Never forget.
wow.
never forget. And I'll try to remind you this time.
I feel bad for laughing. We were
I
listening
will-
to Jovial Movie.
I
Yeah,
woke
yeah.
up
feel bad,
that
Sam. Don't
morning.
feel bad.
I woke up that morning, was watching all that stuff on the news, freaking out with everybody, wondering what the fuck this is, thinking it's a movie or a bad viral marketing campaign or something, and then realizing it's real. And then, I remember hours and hours and hours after all the news coverage and people are still freaking out, my buddy Devin and I walked to Blockbuster to like rent some video games or something like that.
Yeah.
And we went in and I got my very first Blockbuster subscription card.
Member Kip card.
Yeah, and
On
so
9/11.
on 9/11, and I was
Huh.
digging through my stuff, and I found my 9/11 Blockbuster card, and I'm like, this
Jesus.
is terrifyingly strange.
weird.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
weird.
weird memory.
You,
for
you
Real
just
strange.
you just did not wait for that escapism. That's the thing, escapism.
Yeah,
When traumatic
Escapism.
things
that's
happen.
true. Rent some
people
movies.
leave.
Rent Honey, I Shrunk the
rent-
Kids.
God,
movies.
I miss Blockbuster. I miss just like overloading on movies. Just
Same.
watching movie after
Yeah.
movie
And
all
it was so
day.
cool when you could
Yeah.
buy candy there. My parents
Yeah.
didn't buy candy.
Oh, the
there.
Those
candy.
popcorn
Is that your
buckets.
memory?
I just
The
thought that was
candy?
cool. I mean, like, come on, you go get your favorite movie with Space Jam, and then you would get some candy, and you'd go watch it. Also, go buy. Oh, my favorite thing was that you'd go there, and then all the knockoff movies right before the blockbusters
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, those would be released. So I remember Da Vinci Code was coming out, and they still had that was 2005. They still had blockbusters, but it was Leonardo da Vinci's Mystery, and it was
Yeah.
the poster was in front of
yeah.
the Mona Lisa, and there's just a dead woman in front of it. It was like,
My brother-
ugh.
to lure you in.
Yeah.
My brother and I used to laugh so hard at that shit and just think it was so funny. Like, the funniest thing to us was to see the movie that was the knockoff movie before the big movie came out, like you were just
Yeah.
saying. But then we would love to pretend to be the people that didn't understand that it was a knockoff movie. So, for example, we would be like, Hey, mijo, you say you wanted to rent A Bug's Life, mijo? Here it is. It's A Bug's Day. Hey, we got it right here for you, mijo. Watch it. The Pixar movie, Bug's Day. The Big Bug Day Off. And it was
Hey,
like,
you stole that from the Amanda Show. That was a recurring sketch.
Really?
Oh, wait, yes,
Remember,
it was.
Blo-
Was it?
Welcome
Yeah.
to Blockbuster, and it was them in the back making the movies, and they would sell it, and they'd be like, "A Bug's Day." He'd be like,
Well,
"I rented
no,
A
I'm
Bug's Life,"
saying-
and this is like, and they'd be like, "Yes, A Bug's Day."
Amanda
That's
Bynes?
exactly
Well, see,
what
but
it
Amanda
was.
Bynes.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is it's like the kid asked their parent to go rent A Bug's Life,
Yeah.
the popular Pixar movie. Instead, they would rent A Bug's Day, and it would be the mom that's
Yeah.
an idiot going
Exactly.
like, "Mijo, Merry Christmas! I got you a bug. I got you All Dogs Go to Heaven Part 2. All Dogs Go to Hell." For you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is not a right movie. This
Yeah.
is not
That
the
movie
But
is still
thanks,
scary.
Mom.
It's terrifying.
I'm still scared to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven.
It's terrifying.
We're talking about movies.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
we
about-
are talking about movies.
Shit,
Darren's
that happened
not
by
around.
accident. Haha,
Darren's not
Darren.
around.
Let's talk about
Dad's
dogs for a
gone.
second here. What would a world be like? All dogs?
I've
Oh,
never
God.
owned a dog. Have
I'm
you guys
so
all?
happy.
Have you guys all owned dogs?
I
Have
mean-
you guys all had dogs?
Okay,
I've
I
never
have
owned a
the
dog.
coolest story
I owned a
ever.
dog.
So 4 years ago, I was in a relationship, and
That's
the girl I
wonderful.
was with, she just went and got a dog, and they were like, "Oh, they still have some puppies if you want to go get them." And we in my life with my family, we had never gotten a new dog. I just remember the dog from a kid, and then the dog passed away, and like that was it. And I was like, "Oh, we could actually get a dog. That's so cool." So we went and looked, and both were reserved already, and they were so freaking
What kind
cute.
were they? What kind
It's
of
it looks like a terrier. It looks like a what kind of dog did you have? What was Toby? What was
It's a
it, Toby?
Cocker Spaniel.
Nope, that's not what I was thinking.
Was
That's
it like a Shih Tzu or something? What do you
yeah.
got?
Well, actually, it's a Shih Tzu and a Chihuahua. It's super fucking cute. But what happened was I had a band that I produced, and we had to do our first live show. We were down in Canoga Park, and so like we had like this venue we opened up. And it was gonna be really cool. But we were rehearsing, and my girlfriend showed up, and she had a bag which she was carrying her dog in, and I was like, "Oh, her name was Boo, the dog." And I went and like I was like, "Oh, Boo," and I looked, and there was another dog in there, and I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And she got me the dog.
Aww.
She got me the dog. The dog.
The dog you wanted?
Yeah.
That is so
That's
cute. So
adorable.
she had been
Cute.
the one who reserved
cute.
it.
That's
Oh,
adorable.
What happened? What happened
That's
to the
that's
doggy?
pretty
Oh,
cool.
I have him now. It's Dwight.
Yay.
That's Dwight. Yeah.
Oh, the dog.
That's
I
Dwight.
bet.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dwight.
That's
yeah.
a really
and
nice
and then we brought
story.
him home, and he was like peeing everywhere, but he was so sweet.
he's so cute.
And like he would just sit and like stare, and his belly was so
Aw.
big, and his feet were so tiny, and he would walk, and his belly would like drag on the floor.
Ah.
It's so
The
cute.
Do you
dog.
ha-
Oh
does
my
it like
God.
does it add love in your heart?
Oh,
Do you
I
have
love
more love
Dwight.
in your life.
Yes,
I think
love
they say
Dwight
that
more than
statistically.
anybody.
I should
Don't
get a
they say
dog.
that? Dogs
I
extend
think
your
so.
life
They
or
make you
something?
happy.
They do.
Well,
They
because
make
like
you so
when dogs
happy.
pass, it's like a member of your family.
I'd
Oh,
take
yeah.
a week
Like,
off.
It's
Tough.
really hard. Yeah.
I'd take a week off if Dwight
Yeah.
passed away, and I don't want to think about that because that's sad.
Isn't there like
Yeah.
a Louis C.K. bit about like, why you're gonna buy a dog if it's gonna die or
It
something?
sounds familiar.
I can't remember. I hate. Why don't I even bring it up if I don't even know it?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Thanks, you dick
Did you?
tease.
So you never had a dog, Ricky?
No, I had a cat and a
Ew.
fish. And,
Oh hell yeah, fish.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. Represent all
Not
them
very,
fish people
not
out
very
there.
exciting. And this was only when I was a kid. Since I've been like on my own, I haven't really had a pet.
I've thought about
It's
getting
good
a
though,
fish.
because
I thought about it.
in the film industry, you're not home.
Yeah, you
No, I
should.
would
All
I
the
would
time.
kill the animal. I can
Yeah.
barely take care of myself.
Yeah.
I feel
Hell
like a
yeah.
cat is
Barely.
a good pet.
Bree,
for
you
that.
have a lovely,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely little doggy
Oh my god.
named
Oh my dog. Oh my
Riggs.
Riggs. Oh my little Riggs.
Tell us about Riggs.
Riggs is the best.
It's a little
Cute
corn
dog.
dog.
I love
It's a
her
cute
so
dog.
much.
She is like a little water buffalo.
She is. Steve and I were talking about changing her name to Munchie.
Munchie.
Why?
We loved
Just
it.
because we
Wouldn't
thought
she be
she's
confused
such a
because she's so
munchie.
used to
I
a
call her
name?
so
Can you
many
do that?
things. She's not confused
Oh,
because
she just
it's
responds to anything.
She responds to anything because I just
It's just
say
the
it in
sound
the
of your
same
voice.
tone.
Inflection.
Yeah,
I'll just be like,
yeah.
Riggs, Munchie.
Yeah,
I'll just do the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing and she'll just look up. But she's the best. She's
My
a corgi terrier.
She's been in a sketch.
She's black and white.
She
She's
was
been in
here.
sketches. She's my
Mhm.
everything. She's my best friend in the whole wide world.
I love when
Love
you
it.
feed her things like tortilla chips or something, and then you call her your tortilla face.
Okay, listen.
Ooh, they're getting all cute with it.
I
They're
know,
getting-
It's a little
yeah,
cute.
That's,
We need
that's
to
an
come up
inside,
with-
that's an
It's
inside
cute,
joke.
Ricky.
Whatever. We got our devil's
It's cute.
discharge.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
No, it's okay. I'll call you guys by whatever you eat. So if like Sam
Yeah.
eats some peanuts, we'll be like, oh, see, my little peanut. My
Peanut
little
face.
peanut face.
Stop it, guys.
Yeah. Sam's scared.
No, but Riggs is my little tortilla face.
Oh, it's adorable.
She
I
loves
love
tortilla
Riggs.
chips.
She's a sweetheart. Well, guys,
This was
we're,
fun.
uh,
This was a fun one.
It was
yeah,
fun.
we've made it to the end of this podcast. Had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to reflect on what we just had, or
It
have
was
like
good.
an evening prayer?
I
or-
mean-
We
Thank
didn't
you for
talk about
having me
movies
on.
too much.
No, we
I
didn't.
feel like it was the right
We kept
amount.
it
We
was
got-
it was mainly about food. It was definitely
It
a
was
foodie
the
conversation.
making of movies. and
We
Discharge.
didn't talk about
It was our
specific
inspiration.
movies, really, and I think that's the important
We just
part.
dipped our toe in.
And I
It
think
was
that's what
more
we
of
learned
a
today.
Historiography of your
We learned
favorite
all
hosts.
about Miracle Whip. We learned about dogs.
Every time you say Miracle Whip, I wanted to Cool Whip. Dun, dun,
I remember
dun,
that.
dun, dun, dun,
Cool
Whip.
Whip.
Well,
Dollop of
guys,
Daisy.
listen. A dollop of Daisy. A dollop will do ya.
A dollop will
What
do
would
ya.
you do with a dollar?
I think that's a Klondike bar, isn't it?
No.
Ooh,
A
is it-
dollop of Daisy.
No, I don't remember.
No, there is a jingle,
What
but
would
that
you
Yeah.
was
do with the dollop?
no.
a
That's dun
dollop?
dun 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 dun. That's
What would you
Klondike.
do for a
Trust me.
Klondike bar?
No,
What is
that's
it?
different. It's what would you do with a dollop? A dollop of Daisy.
Well, I don't
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah.
No,
it
you
is,
guys,
yeah.
like, I'm right.
It is okay. No, that
Okay.
is-
Scared.
I'm
I don't know
right.
jingles.
Guys, what a lovely evening and a morning and afternoon at the same time we had with all of you. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And if you want to give us a little review on the old iTunes, we think that'd be real nice and sweet if you guys like the show. And also, you can watch us on SourceFed, on youtube.com/SourceFed, where we talk about the news every day. And there's also SourceFed Nerd, where we talk about nerdy shit.
And there's Nuclear Family, our new sketch comedy
What?
channel.
Right. Do it.
And
Do
we
it.
just put out a new sketch about horror movies and kind of funny shit that happens in that. And we got a Harry Potter themed thing coming up. It's kind of a
Next
secret.
week,
And you can watch all
every
of the
Wednesday.
every Wednesday is new
Every
sketches.
Wednesday.
And that's Bree Estrig, Matt Lieberman, and I pop in from time to time, including the other SourceFed hosts.
And Ricky.
Hello.
Thank you.
As a director of photography.
I'm behind the camera, but we work.
A lot of hard
we're
work
a unit.
there.
We're a unit. We all work. You may not see us all. It's a large office. We're running out of parking spaces, but we work hard for you. I will speak for the off-camera folks. We work hard. We love it here. We love these people. There's a lot of love here.
And we're going to have to start
yeah.
firing
Agreed.
people, but we'll talk about that in the next podcast. Guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. And I wanted to thank our sponsor one more time, squarespace.com. You guys want to build yourself a website. It's so easy with their intuitive and easy to use tools. You can create a site that looks professionally designed, regardless of your skill level. Ain't no coding required. You can get them codes out of there. Squarespace starts at $8 a month, and you'll receive a free domain when you sign up for a year's service. And so you can start your free trial today at squarespace.com/SourceFed. You can use the offer code SourceFed at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase. Doesn't get any better than that, guys. Squarespace. You should.
You should.
Squarespace.
You should.
I like that tagline.
Thanks for watching, listening, and whatever have you guys, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You guys want to get some Miracle Whip or?
Cool Whip.
Welcome back to People Be Like. I'm William Haynes. By now, you've probably seen this.
It's on you how you want to live.
I feel like this was his opportunity to get out there and go, bam, this is me.